Dear students, welcome to another video of computer applications. Today we are going to discuss the while loop. So let us see the syntax of while loop first. See, in while loop, first while will be written. While is in lower case. Then your test expression will come. And here there is no semicolon, remember that. Now your while loop starts from here and the statements are given over here. This is the ending of while loop. Okay. So in a for loop you are knowing that the test expression, the initialization, the updation, everything is given there in the same place. It is a structured loop, but here everything is scattered. And the initialization, it is not mentioned. If you wanted to give the initialization, that part will be given here. Test expression, statements, increment or decrement, that is the updation. That updation you can mention within the loop, not outside the loop. So, see, initialization, then test expression, statements, increment. But as the part of the syntax, these are the things which is available, compulsory things. Okay. So this is the syntax. Now we are going to see how this is going to execute with an example. Okay. So first, while condition will be checked. Whatever condition you are giving, that will be checked. If condition is true, then this statement will be executed. Okay. So suppose I am writing here int a is equal to 1. Now here I am writing a less than or equal to 10 condition. Here in place of statement I am writing system.out.println a I am writing. Now here a plus plus. See, everything I have written. Initialization, condition, the statements, updation. See, things are ready now. So let us see what is happening now. What is the initial value of a? 1. So condition will be checked. 1 less than or equal to 10. A, the present value is 1. So 1 less than or equal to 10. The expression evaluates to true. True means the value of a will be printed. What is that? 1 will be printed. Now a plus plus. A becomes 2. Condition will be checked again. Okay. While 2 less than or equal to 10. Yes, 2 is less than or equal to 10. 2 is less than 10, not equal to. So, since the condition is true, this will be executed again. What is this? A will be printed. That means 2 will be printed. Now, a plus plus. A becomes 3. Now checking while 3 less than or equal to 10. 3 is not equal to 10, but it is less than 10. So, this will be printed. So, this way, now a plus plus, it becomes 4. This way, it will print up to what? 10. So, this is the while loop. This is an entry controlled loop. What is entry controlled loop? Entry controlled loop means at the time of execution, while loop when it starts, that time itself condition will be checked. If the condition is true, then only the statement will be executed. Suppose at the first go itself, the condition is false. Okay, the first time itself the condition is false means the loop will be terminated. There is no execution for the loop. So that is why it is called the entry controlled loop. At the beginning itself, what will be checked? The condition will be checked. After that, if the condition is true, then only this statement will be executed. If the condition is false, then it won't execute at all. No execution. So if the loop is false, there is no execution. Okay, that is why entry control loop. If condition is false, no execution for the loop. If condition is true, then it will execute as per the condition. Okay, now let us see the next complete program by using while loop. Students, now we are going to see the first example program by using while loop. See, the program is count the number of digits present in an input number. For example, if your input number is, see, 1, 2, 3. This is your input number. Then the total number of digits present is 3. You need to just count the total number of digits present. Now we have counted manually, but you need to count through the program. So logic has to be mentioned. Then how to generate the logic and how to do it, that we are going to see. See, first I have declared my class. In the class, see, class declaration itself, you need to give some importance over here. Number of digits. I have mentioned 3 words. All the 3 words are separated with what? Yes, it is with underscore I have separated. Okay? Because you are knowing the only 2 symbols that you can use as the special symbols as dollar and underscore. No other symbols can be used as your special symbols for your identifiers. So remember that. Can you give a space between these? No, you cannot give space because these are the 2 symbols permitted to use. That's why. Now this is my main method. Class is started. Now the main method. Main method, public static void main. Some of you are having still doubts about what is this public, then static, then void, then main. Is it important? Or some places main is absent. So what is the reality? If you are writing program in BlueJ, you can even avoid main methods. But if you are writing program, real Java programs, then main method is a must. Your Java program should have a main method. But in BlueJ you can avoid it. But real Java programs require a main method in order to execute. That is why we used to write the main method. Okay. Now these all keywords are about main. Main is public, main is static, main is void. Then what is this? Main is public. Means main method can be accessed anywhere. Okay. Its global visibility is there. Now main is static. Static means this method without creating any object. Without creating any object, you can execute this main method. Okay. That is why it is declared as static. Okay. Why main is declared as static always? Because before creating any instance of the class, which method has to be executed? Main method. Because your program execution starts from main. That's why. Now void. Void means main method is not returning any value. Okay. You can have return type for a method like integer, double, float, any data type can be the return type. But if the method is not returning any value, you will be mentioning void. Now main is the method name itself. You are knowing why main is important, because the execution of the program starts from main, and it is the only method which can be directly executed in Java. Now main is having one argument, that is a. This argument value you will be supplying while you execute your Java program. So suppose a, you are getting the value as 123. Okay. So what is the value of a? 123. Now see, one variable I have initialized to 0. Initialization of variable is important in Java because local variables, before its usage, it has to be initialized. So simply don't declare it here. You need to initialize. Initialize means giving basic values. So C will be initialized as 0. Okay. Now while a greater than 0. A means 123 greater than 0. Is it greater than 0? Yes. So your expression here, this test expression is evaluating to true. True means this block of statement will be executed. What is the block? From here to here, this is the block that will be executed. So since the condition is true, let us see what is this. C++ without any condition. Here it is going for what? C++. What is the value of C? C is 0. Now C++ means the value of C will be 1 now. Okay. 1. Now a is equal to a divided by 10. A is 1, 2, 3 and dividing it with the 10. How many times it comes? 12 times. 1, 20 and 3 is the remainder. Okay. Now see, a is equal to a divided by 10. A divided by 10 means this is your answer. So a is now, it's not 123, it is 12 only. It is 12. A itself the changes are happening. A is equal to a divided by 10. So a will be changes to 12. Instead of 123, what is the new value of a? It is 12. Okay. Now checking 12 greater than 0. 12 greater than 0. Condition is again true here. 12 is greater than 0. C plus plus. The value of C will be increased by 1. That means 1 plus 1. This becomes what? 2. What is the value of C now? 2. Now A is equal to a divided by 10. Now again one more division will be taking place. What is the new value of A? 12. That 12 divided by 10. How many times? 1 time, 10, then 2. The remainder is 2 and your quotient is 1. Okay. So quotient is 1. Coming over here, 1 greater than 0. Again the test expression, it evaluates to true. And here it's C++. C++ means this becomes 3. 2 plus 1, 3. A is equal to a divided by 10. Now your new division will be, the new value of a is 1. So 1 divided by 10. How many times 10 comes in 1? 0 times. And this entire 1 will be the remainder. This division is very important. Okay. Now what is the new value of a? A becomes 0. 0 greater than 0. 0 greater than 0. Is it true or false? It is false. False means out of the loop. Control will be out of the loop, that is here. So loop is terminated. What is out of the loop? Any statements are there? Yes, there is one statement, system.out.println. Number of digits is equal to C. In C what is there? 3. That 3 will be printed. C means here number of digits equal to 3. This will be your output. The program will print number of digits is equal to 3. And this will work for any number of digits. Okay. We consider generally when we write a program, we consider positive numbers. Okay. Otherwise we will mention it. Students, next we are going to discuss another program, that is to print the sum of digits from a number. For example, if you are having a number like 5, 8, 2, its sum has to be printed. Sum means 5 plus 8 plus 2. Okay, this will come as 15. This you need to print. Okay, this is the program. Now we are considering this A as what? 582 itself. Okay, A as 582. A as 582 itself. So let us see the procedure for doing this. Okay, the procedure is first, see your main method I have written. Class is obviously first we have declared. Now two variables we have declared and it is initialized to 0. See, while A not equal to 0. So I have made a change, A not equal to 0. Okay, the while loop has to be executed whenever the value of A is not equal to 0. It is almost same as what? A greater than 0. You can either write A greater than 0, otherwise A not equal to 0. There is no difference. So see, the value of A, that is 582 not equal to 0. Not equal to 0. Is it true or false? 582 is not equal to 0. That's why it is true. True means this block will be executed. In that block, how many statements are given? 3 statements are given. So those three statements will be executed. Let us see what is those three statements. First statement is D is equal to A modulus 10. A means 582, then modulus 10. Okay, so 580 then 2. Okay, how many times? 58 times. Okay, so we are focusing upon where the modulus. So the first step itself, the last digit is extracted. This is your original number 582. From that 2 is extracted. Where? In modulus. That is stored to a variable called D. So in D, what is the value there? 2 is there. As I got the last digit, then I have to add that last digit to a variable called S. So let us see what is the working of S now. S is equal to S plus. In S will be S plus. In S what is there? 0. 0 plus D. D means 2. This will be added and kept in S. Now the new value of A. New value of A will be A is equal to A divided by 10. Division answer is already here. What is the division answer? You have the division as what? 58. Now A is not 582. Instead of it will be what? 58. Now A is changing. Remember. Now the new value of A after the operation you will be getting as 58. What will be the new value of A? 58. Because A is equal to A divided by 10. Now checking. This is removed now. 58. 58 not equal to 0. Condition is true. Now D is equal to A modulus 10. The value that you are going to store in D will be A modulus 10. Now A is 58. Modulus 10. How many times? 5 times. 50. Then see 8. 8 will be. The modulus we are considering, not the division at present. Modulus means in D what will be stored? 8 will be stored. That's all. Now S is equal to S plus D. S is equal to S plus D. In S what was there? S already 2 was there. Okay. That 2 plus this D, that means 8. So S, the new value will be 10. This is the present scenario. Now A is equal to A divided by 10. Look at A divided by 10. 5 is there. Okay. So the new value of A is not, it is not 58, it is 5 now. Okay, now checking 5 not equal to 0. Yes, 5 is not equal to 0. Again this operation will be doing. D is equal to A modulus 10. That means 5 divided by 10. How many times? 10 comes in 5. 0 times. And this entire 5 will be the modulus. Okay, remember. So D, in D what will come? 5. That is our last digit. S is equal to S plus D. In S what is there? 10 is there. Plus 5. That means total what you will get? S is equal to 15. Okay. Now A is equal to A divided by 10. Already we have kept the division over there, and we came to know that what? 5 then divided by 10, then 0 times, and this entire one. As reminder, I told you the value of A is equal to A divided by 10. That means 0. Checking 0 not equal to 0. Condition becomes false. Out of the loop. System.out.println. Don't write SOPLN in your copy. This I am writing SOPLN. Okay. At present you are allowed to write only what? System.out.println. The sum equal to S. In S what is there? Please say it is 15. So the message will be the sum is equal to 15. This will be your answer. So I hope this program is clear for you. Next we are going to see automorphic number. Class 9 we have already discussed Then also we will discuss almost all the number programs and series. Okay, so see automorphic number. See, for example, if you wanted to check 25 as automorphic, then you have to calculate its square. So the square I am storing is, this is your original number A, and its square I am calculating 25 into 25. That will be 625. Now in 625, 25 is present as the last digit. That type of numbers are called automorphic numbers. Another example is 5 itself. Its square is 25. If 5 is present in its square as the last digits, so these type of numbers are called automorphic numbers. Okay. Now we are going to see the logic behind in our program. I am taking the example as 25. So let us see. A is equal to 25. I am making a copy of A in C. C is equal to 25. I have made a copy in C. Now S is equal to A into A. In S what will be there? A into A means 625. And N is equal to 0. M, there is no initialization. It will be initialized here itself. Okay. Now see, first while A greater than 0, please check. A is greater than 0. A is 25. Okay. So here we are checking 25 greater than 0. Yes, 25 is greater than 0. So N plus plus. N will be increased by 1. What is the value of N? 0. 0. Then increased by 1 means 1 itself. So what is the new value of N? N is equal to 1. A is equal to A divided by 10. This logic I have already explained. A is equal to A divided by 10 means the new value of A will be 2. So checking 2 greater than 0. Yes, N plus plus. What is the value of N now? It is 2. Now A is equal to A divided by 10 again. That means at this division I will show you 2 divided by 10. That means 0 times, then this 2 becomes the remainder. The value of A becomes divided by 10. That means this. So this becomes 0. 0 greater than 0. This is false. False means the loop will be terminated. Coming over here. Okay. Coming over here, what it is doing? Math dot power 10 to the power n. 10 to the power n. 10 is 10 itself, and n is, we have calculated as 2. Look at here, it is 2. 10 to the power 2. What is 10 to the power 2? 100. You are knowing the return type of math dot power, this function is double. I don't need a double return type, I need integer value. That is why this is an explicit conversion. I am making an explicit conversion and I am storing that value in M. See M, what type of variable it is? Integer type variable. That's why. Okay, so I have taken the power 10 to the power number of digits. So if you are having number of digits as, see, 3, then 10 to the power 3 will come. That means 1000 will come. Okay, if you are having one digit number, then 10 to the power 1 will come. That means 10 will come. So that's the power I have calculated. Okay. So first step what we have done? First step we have done the number of digits counted, and here in the second step, this is the first step, number of digits we have counted. Now here in the second step what we have taken? 10 to the power that particular number of digits. Suppose you are having one digit, then 10 to the power 1. Suppose you are having 2 digit number, then 10 to the power 2. Then suppose you are having 3 digit number, then 10 to the power 3, etc. like that. And at present, what example we have taken? We have taken as 25. 25 means how many number of digits? 2 number of digits. So 10 to the power, see 2 I have evaluated, and 10 to the power 2, 100 is stored. It is converted That means explicit conversion I have done and kept the answer in m. So what is there in m at present? M is equal to 100. Okay. Now check if S modulus m. What is S? Look at what is S? 625. 625 then modulus with what? M. What is m? 100. Please take 6 times 600 and what will be the modulus? 25. Just check it. This is the modulus 25. Okay. So see, S modulus m means what? S modulus m means 25. See, 25 is equal to copy of your number. Just check out the copy of the number 25. Both are equal. Then this 25 is equal to the copy of the number, that 25. Both are equal. In that case, what will be printed? Automorphic. All other cases it will print not automorphic. Why there is a copy made? Because see, in this process the entire A becomes 0. There is no copy of A is available. A becomes 0 means how we will check it over here. That's why we have made a copy of A here, so that A can be retrieved afterwards. Is it clear? So this is automorphic number. Our next program is to check whether the input number is Armstrong or not. Now let us see what is Armstrong number. See one example, 153. Each digit you need to extract. First you will extract 3. Its cube has to be calculated. Then what you will extract? 5. Its cube. Then 1 cube. All the cubes has to be added. See, 27, 125 plus 1. What you will get? 153. So the input number A is equal to 153, and when you add its cube, both are coming as 153. Yes, those type of numbers are called what type of numbers? It is called Armstrong number. See, I have started the program. This is A. Now a copy of A is made. Then S is equal to 0. D I have declared. See why a copy is made? Because in this operation A is going to be 0. That's why when this while loop will complete, A will be 0. I need the original number. That's why I have kept a copy of A over here. Now let us see the procedure. A not equal to 0. So 153 not equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. D is equal to A modulus 10. D means 153, then you have to divide. Okay, how many times? 15 times 150, then 3. See what is the value of D? 3 it is. Now S is equal to S plus, in S what is there? 0 is there. 0 plus D into D into D. I told you D is what? 3. So plus 3 into 3 into 3. That means 27. So S, the final value of S will be 0 plus 27, then 27 is there. Okay. Now A is equal to 8 divided by 10. The value of A becomes what? 15. Division it is. So A is not 153, now it is 15. 15 not equal to 0. Yes, 15 is not equal to 0. Again this will be executed. D is equal to A modulus 10. A modulus 10 means again what will take place? Division will take place. So our new value is for A is 15. 15 divided by 10. How many times? 1, then 10, then 5. So modulus will be calculated. Modulus that will be kept in D. So what is the value of D now? 5. So D is 5. Okay. Then what is the next step? S is equal to S plus. S means 27. 27, the new value of S will be 27 plus D into D into D. That is 5 into 5 into 5. That means 27 plus 125. This will be the answer now. What will be the answer? 152. Okay. What is the new value of S? 152. Okay. Now, yes, A is equal to A divided by 10. See, look at A divided by 10 means what is it? 1. So, A is not 15, it is 1 now. Okay, what is the value of A? 1. 1 not equal to 0? Yes. Again, D is equal to A modulus 10. A means, I told you, it is 1. So, 1. Dividing it with 10. How many times 10 comes here? 0 times. And this entire 1 will be the remainder. Okay. So, in D what will be kept? D is equal to what? D is equal to 1. So, now what is the next step? S is equal to S plus. In S what is there? 152. 152 plus D into D into D. D is 1. 1 into 1 into 1. 3 times when you multiply 1, what you will get? You will get 1 only. So, what it becomes? S, the new value is 153. Okay. A is equal to A divided by 10. Can you see the value of new A? 0. Now, coming over here, it is taking 0 not equal to 0. 0 not equal to 0. The condition becomes false. False means out of the loop. So, the loop will be terminated and this statement will be executed. S. What is S? 153. 153 double equal to C. C means I have made a copy. So, original number was 153. Its copy I have made in C. 153. This will be checked. Equality will be checked. So, is both the numbers are same? Yes. That's why what will be printed? Armstrong will be printed. Else what will be printed? System.out.println not Armstrong. So all other cases, if the condition is true, then it will print Armstrong. All other else cases, what will be print? Not Armstrong. So this is the logic behind which number? Armstrong number. Students, the last program of today, that is palindrome number. See, palindrome numbers 121. Its reverse when you write from this side 1, then 2, then 1. Reverse when you make of this number, the reverse and original number are equal. See 11. Both will be equal. See 125. See 5, then 2, then 1. Is the reverse and the original number both are equal? No. So in this case it is not palindrome. So when you make the reverse, if the number is equal to the original number, then it is palindrome number. See, first of all, this is our number, a copy is made. See, as usual, D is equal to 0, then one more variable, R is equal to 0. Same logic only, A not equal to 0. See, 121 I am considering. 121 not equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. See the first step. D is equal to A modulus 10. That means 121 divided by 10. How many times? 12 times 120, then 1. See modulus operation. What you will get? 1. Now R is equal to, this is very important step. R is equal to R into 10. R means 0. 0 into 10 plus D. D means what? 1. So in place of D, 1 will come. R is equal to R into 10. 0 into 10, 0 will come. 0 plus 1, 1 will come. So what is the present value of R? 1. Okay. Now A is equal to A divided by 10. See, the new value of A is 12. What is the new value of A? 12. Coming over here, 12 not equal to 0? Yes, condition true. D is equal to A modulus 10. So, 12 modulus 10. How many times? 1 time, then 10, then 2. What is the modulus? 2. Now, R is equal to R into 10. What is R? So, R is equal to R already 1 is there. 1 into 10 plus our modulus, that is 2. So, see, R is equal to 1 into 10, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. This is the present value of R. Now, A is equal to A divided by 10. A divided by 10, it is here. Now, look at, it is not 12, it is 1. Okay? 1 not equal to 0? Yes. 1 not equal to 0. Coming over here, a is equal to 8 divided by 10. So a is 1. 10. How many times? 0 times. That this entire 1 becomes what? Your modulus. So in D what will be there? In D you will have 1. Okay. Now R is equal to R into 10. So the new value of R is equal to, R is already 12. 12 into 10 plus 1. So R is equal to 12 into 10, 120 plus 1. This is equal to 121. So what is the present value of R? 121. A is equal to A divided by 10. Look at A divided by 10. It is 0. Now see, this becomes 0. 0 not equal to 0. This is false because 0 is equal to 0. Coming out of the loop, R is equal to C. What is R? Look at R, 121 equal to C. C means copy of the original number. What is that? 121. Both are equal. In this case what will be printed? Palindrome. All other cases what will be printed? Not a palindrome. So dear students, we came to the end of the discussion of today's programs. We have discussed palindrome number, automorphic number, then Armstrong number, then sum of digits, number of digits present in a number. All these programs you have to write in your fair copy. As I told you, it's a must. You need to write all the programs there in the fair copy. Dear students, as the COVID cases are increasing in our country, you need to take extra care for yourself as well as for your family members. See you soon with another video lecture of number programs. So, bye bye.